and steadfast voice in upholding constitutional values. Sir, we request you to share your reflections. Steadfast voice in upholding constitutional values. Sir, we request you to share your reflections.
Yes, Narasimha, Supreme Court of India. Honourable Acting Chief Justice, Telangana High Court. Honourable Judges of the
voice in upholding constitutional values. Sir, we request you to share your reflections.
Yes, Vice Chancellor of Osmania University. Learned Academia. Law Officers of the State of Telangana.
Voice in upholding constitutional values. Sir, we request you to share your reflections.
In the annal for 108 years old Osmania University, you have the Honourable Chief Justice of India, Justice Bhushan RamaKrishna as the Chief Guest to address us on the most sacred topic, Constitution of India, Osmania University of Baba Saheb Ambedkar. This 108-year-old university has many glories that have the Chief Justice of India among us in the moment of glory. As for me, returning to my alma matter is euphoric as well as nostalgic. As General Secretary of the Students' Union, I invited Sri Osmania University, a social worker and the crusader for the removal of the evil of bonded labor and the pioneer of the celebrated judgment Bandhu Court here on the stage. And today, after more than 4.5 years, I have feel privileged to invite the Honourable Chief Justice of India. Very few universities in the country can say that they had a retired Supreme Court judge as the Vice Chancellor of the university. Jagannath Reddy, after retiring from the Supreme Court, accepted the office of the Vice Chancellor of Osmania University and steered the university from troubled waters. The greatest moment for this university was in 1953 when we were lucky and blessed to have the opportunity to award the doctorate of the Honourable Bhushan to Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar on 12/1/1953. I went to Amaravati district of Maharashtra to invite the Honourable Chief Justice of India to Hyderabad. There I have seen a few of the many educational institutions started by Sri RamaKrishna Gaval, father of our Chief Justice of India. Sri R.S. Gaval, more popularly known as Dada Saheb Gaval, was an educationist, a social worker, member of the Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, Governor of Bihar, Sikkim and Kerala. We have now with us Sri Bhushan Ramakrishna Gaval, Chief Justice of India, a great son to the illustrious father. I have had the good opportunity to hear the speech of the Honourable Chief Justice of India, Sri Bhushan Ramakrishna Gaval, on Ambedkar Jayanti on April 14 this year at the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar International Center in Delhi. The Honourable Chief Justice of India not only paid glowing tribute to Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's legacy, but also the ongoing relevance and his ideas and visions in contemporary India. The topic chosen for today is very close to the heart of this august gathering, here of the Honourable Judges, Academia, lawyers and students. This address is for us to cherish and retain it for posterity. Thank you. Very close to the heart of this august gathering, here of the Honourable Judges, Academia, lawyers and students. This address is for us to cherish and retain it for posterity. Thank you for your insightful words that reminded us of the enduring relevance of constitutional morality in today's India. I now invite Honourable Justice Sujay Paul, Acting Chief Justice of Telangana High Court, a distinguished jurist known for his integrity, legal acumen, and commitment to justice to address this august gathering. I now invite Honourable Justice Sujay Paul, Acting Chief Justice of Telangana High Court, a distinguished jurist known for his integrity, legal acumen, and commitment to justice to address this august gathering. Justice of India, Justice B.R. Gaval, Honourable Justice Narasimha, Judge Supreme Court of India, my esteemed colleagues from Telangana and Andhra Pradesh High Court, Honourable former judges, the Blessed Advocate General, respected Vice Chancellor, the members of the Academia, the ladies and gentlemen, students, the lawyers, the members of the Bar Council, respected Vice Chancellor, we have assembled here to hear the words of wisdom of Honourable Chief Justice B.R. Gaval, the Chief Justice of India.
India, and Honourable Chief Justice P.S. Narasimha, Judge, Supreme Court of India. As a student of law, what I remember is that by October 1947, the first draft of Constitution was prepared by the Constituent Assembly. However, after two and a half years of intense debate and discussions in the Constituent Assembly, the Constitution of India was finalized on 26 November 1949. In the Constituent Assembly, the common concern of members was whether our Constitution is being drafted in the right direction or not, for going to be the roadmap for a new nation for years to come. Addressing such common Dr. B.R. Ambedkar gave a wonderful answer, which is very, very close to my heart, and I quote, "However good a constitution may be, it is sure to turn out bad because those who are called upon to work it happen to be a bad law. However bad a constitution may be, it may turn out to be good if those who are called to work it happen to be a good law." Very important thing. Dr. Ambedkar said, the working of a constitution does not depend only upon the nature of the constitution. Very important thing. A leading Commonwealth historian of that time was not impressed by Indian constitution. While delivering a lecture on India's constitution at the University of Madras in the year 1981, Sir Ivor Jennings described the Indian constitution as too long, too rigid and too prolix, and said that dominance in the Constituent Assembly of lawyers, politicians had contributed to its complexity. He criticized the Constitution of India as said that dominance in the Constituent Assembly of lawyers, politicians. Senior advocate Fali S. Nariman, in his book "You Must Know Your Constitution," remarked that the same Sir Ivor Jennings had been entrusted with the task of drafting the Constitution of Sri Lanka with great care and pains to see that it endures. But the Constitution of Sri Lanka lasted for only 14 years, which only goes to show that a finely worded document has no guarantee of success. As Dr. B.R. Ambedkar rightly said, it is only the spirit of constitutionalism that helps to keep it alive and functional. We, the people of India, adopted, enacted and gave to ourselves the Constitution. We the people are also helped to keep it alive. At the end, I must thank the organizers to give me this opportunity to address this August gathering. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your address that truly reaffirmed the strength of our judicial institutions and the spirit of equity. It's now my honor to invite Honourable Justice Pamadigantam Sri Narasimha, Judge of the Supreme Court of India, a scholar and statesman of constitutional law, to share his valuable insights.
Nothing in the recent past could have given me more pleasure than today's event. The reason is threefold. The first and foremost is this event is in my city, Hyderabad. Second, it is in my university, the Osmania University. Third, and very importantly, it is by my chief, the speech today, Honourable Chief Justice of India, coming to my city, to my university, and speaking on Constitution of India and the contribution of Ambedkar in this historic Tagore Hall. Thank you very much, Chief Justice. Thank you very much. Justice Sujay Paul,
Chief Justice of Telangana High Court and his companion judges, Learned Advocate General Sudarshan Reddy, Vice Chancellor Professor Kumar, esteemed gathering,
students and professors. Because of time constraint, I will just indicate three important thoughts that pass in my mind on today's event. Dr. Ambedkar shares an enduring and historical relationship with the city of Hyderabad. He actively supported social justice movement in the country.
in a powerful incident narrated in his autobiography, The Waiting for a Visa, he stood in solidarity with Dalits of Hyderabad who were denied access to water from the public tanker
by dominant caste groups. Dr. Ambedkar's support acted as a moral strength to the movement and amplifying the demand for equal rights. Dr. Ambedkar's anti-caste movement also greatly influenced B.S. Venkatrao, former Adi Dravida Society in Hyderabad. The second incident also very interesting. That is, late Nizam of Hyderabad held deep admiration for Dr. Ambedkar. He offered him the prestigious position of Chief Justice of Hyderabad State. He remarked, his remarkable gesture reflected Ambedkar's legal brilliance and his commitment to justice and equality. But Dr. Ambedkar did not accept the offer as he wanted to actively work for social causes. In his speech, he said, "Legal practice and public service are thus the alternating currents in my life, and I do not know on which current my life will be, either AC or DC." Honourable Chief Justice has quoted the last word of Dr. Ambedkar as he presented the Constitution. He said, if you have good men, you don't need this Constitution. And if you have a very good Constitution, if you don't have good men, it's of no avail. The greatest fortune today is that the idea of Ambedkar is actually realized with the appointment of my Chief Justice as the Chief Justice of India. It, I believe, translates his vision of interpretation of a good constitution by a good human being. With this, and because of the time constraint, I know all of you are waiting for the speech of my Chief Justice. I thank the Vice Chancellor and all other organizers my opportunity given to me. Thank you very much.
We thank you, Justice Narasimha, for your profound and scholarly reflections on Dr. Ambedkar's constitutional vision. It is now a great honor to invite Honourable Chief Justice of India, Justice Bhushan RamaKrishna Gaval, Chief Justice of India, towering figure in Indian jurisprudence and beacon of judicial integrity, to deliver the presidential address.
Esteemed dignitaries on the dais and esteemed dignitaries in the audience, pardon me for not taking any names because I thought that I will get an opportunity to speak at least for half an hour or so, but I have been left with only 15 minutes. The subject is very dear to my heart. Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar and his contribution in making the Constitution of India. I have extensively spoken throughout the country and even in international universities on the said subject, and as the entire world recognizes it, it's Dr. Ambedkar whose contribution in framing of the Constitution of India is invaluable. I am greatly privileged to be in the university which had honored Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar with D.Litt in 1953. Without much ado, because again in 15 minutes, I don't think I'll be in a position to even touch the subject. As all of us know that Dr. Ambedkar's initial entry in the Constituent Assembly was for safeguarding the interests of scheduled caste, scheduled tribes and backward classes. So, as all of us know that the first meeting of the Constituent Assembly was held on 9th of December 1946, and thereafter Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru moved the objective resolution proposing the outline of the Constitution as to what is proposed in the Constitution on 13th of December 1946. Dr. Ambedkar was called to give his views on the objective resolutions immediately within 4 days on 17th of December. Little did he realize that he would get an opportunity to speak so early. He was not prepared to speak. But even then, if you read his first speech, you will be mesmerized with his vision on the Constitution. Dr. Ambedkar said that in the objectives resolution, we have provided for rights. But what about remedies? If the rights are without remedies, the rights are useless. And therefore we can find that Article 32, which has been inserted in the Constitution, a right for redressal of fundamental rights, violation of fundamental rights to any citizens directly before the Supreme Court, is one of the most important rights that is provided under the Constitution. Dr. Ambedkar said that if he is asked as to which is the most important article in the Constitution, he said it is Article 32, without which the Constitution would not be as it is. It is the soul of the Constitution. The second thing he said that coming from a political party wedded to the socialist ideology, there is not much in the objective resolution which gives commitment to the social and economic justice, the social and economic equality. After the partition, the area from which Dr. Ambedkar was elected was part of the erstwhile Bangladesh, and then he was brought in the Constituent Assembly in 1948. He did not know that he would be given the task of being taken on the drafting committee, or in any case, as its chairman. And then, with great hard work, spanned for more than 2 years, the drafting committee prepared an elaborate draft constitution which was presented on 4th of December 1948. And we'll say that the speech Dr. Ambedkar made on 4th of December 1948 gives a reflection as to what the Constitution stands for. It provided a single citizenship. Dr. Ambedkar said that though we have a federal system, it is unlike the American federalism. In America, you have dual citizenship. You can be a citizen of one state as well as the Union Federation. He said that in America, there can be different constitution for the federation and the different constitution for the states at the same time. But Dr. Ambedkar said that for keeping India united, a strong country, then the situation warranted only one single constitution which would be applicable to all the citizens, all the states throughout the country, and therefore we have concept of the one nation, one constitution. Then we have Part 3, fundamental rights, which provides for the rights which are so primitive or so necessary for making a human life with a dignity. And though Dr. Ambedkar wanted to bring some of the principles in the fundamental rights, he could not do it, and therefore his contribution is the Part 4 directive principles of the state policy. He rolled out a roadmap so as to guide the legislatures and to guide the executive as to how they should enact the laws and as to how they should execute those laws in order to achieve the promise of social economic justice as enshrined in the Constitution. Then there was a debate for almost a year, and finally, after lengthy debates, Dr. Ambedkar replied to the debates on 25th of November 1949. Dr. Ambedkar was criticized that the Constitution is too much federal, and on the other hand, he was criticized the Constitution is too much centric. Dr. Ambedkar refuted the allegations and said that the Constitution is not too much centric or not too much federal, but we are giving a Constitution to the country. We'll keep the country united in times of war and times of peace. And we see that in the journey of last 75 years, though we had many external aggressions, many internal disturbances, but India has always remained strong and united. And in my respectful opinion, the contribution of the Constitution of India in keeping the country united and strong is totally invaluable. Then Dr. Ambedkar was given a criticism that the directive principles are nothing else but a pious obligation, a pious charge without it being enforced. And he said that the directive principles may not be enforceable in court of law. But we are not providing a constitution so as to provide a particular party to come in power like some of the countries. But we are providing constitution so as to provide a mechanism in which this country will progress, will act. And he said that the directive principles may not be enforceable in court of law. But whenever a political party in power goes back to electorate after 5 years, it will have to answer the electorate as to what has happened to the promise of constitutional social and economic justice. And we will therefore see that in the last 75 years, the country has done steadfast progress in that. Though the initial journey was of a conflict between the directive principles and fundamental rights, and whenever there was a conflict, the directive principles should give way to the fundamental rights. The fundamental rights would supersede, and the directive principles were subordinate to the fundamental rights. But we see that in 1973, 13 judges of the Supreme Court almost unanimously answered that directive principles and fundamental rights together are only the conscience of the Constitution. They run parallel to each other, at times intersecting each other. And though the fundamental rights are there to protect the primordial rights of citizens. The directive principles will provide a guidance to the legislature and to the executive so as to achieve the goal of the social and economic justice to which our preamble itself has varied. Dr. Ambedkar was also of the view, he was also criticized that the mechanism in the constitution, one side alleged that it was too rigid and one side it alleged that it was too liberal. But Dr. Ambedkar said that we can't plug the constitution for times together. We have to provide a space for the future generations so as to meet the societal challenges and amend the constitution so as to suitably take the societal and economic challenges and answer them. And therefore, we see that his vision could be seen in the first amendment of the constitution itself in 1951. In 1951, the state of Tamil Nadu had provided a geo providing reservation for scheduled caste, scheduled tribes and backward classes in medical seats. However, that was challenged on the ground that it was violative of the equality clause enshrined in Article 14 and 16. The Madras High Court upheld the challenge and the Constitution Bench of the Supreme Court also upheld the challenge. And therefore 1951, Article 15(4) was amended so as to enable the state to provide reservation for backward classes, for scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. And therefore we also find that in post 1973 and particularly post N.M. Thomas in 1976, the journey of affirmative action so as to bring the millions of citizens who for their no fault were made to be away from the mainstream of the society and to join the mainstream. And therefore, as I said in the beginning, it will be not possible even to touch the subject if the learned Advocate General and the learned Vice Chancellor give me an opportunity after 24th of November. I would certainly like to come again and engage you with in greater detail. I thank you for giving me this opportunity. Let us all commit ourselves to taking forward the goal of our framers of the Constitution in achieving economic and social justice along with the political justice and ensure that the justice reaches to the last most needy citizen of the country. Thank you very much.
I think you can do a better job by putting your hands together for the wonderful speech that was made. Thank you, Honourable Chief Justice of India, for your inspirational words and for illuminating this occasion with your wisdom, presence and statesmanship. We have a short felicitation function, sir. 2 to 3 minutes, so not much then. Not much. May I request a registrar, OSD sir, and Madam Shobharani ma'am to do the felicitations to our chief guest first. Yeah, we're glad to have wife of our Honourable Vice Chancellor, Shobharani ma'am, as well in the felicitation party. Very quickly, I request the felicitation to be done to our distinguished guest, Justice Pamadigantam Sri Narasimha Garu. Very quickly. I request a VC, Registrar and OSD to do the honors, please. To the guest of honor, Justice Sujay Paul Garu, Honourable Acting Chief Justice of Telangana High Court. To our special guest, Sri A. Sudarshan Reddy Garu, Advocate General, Telangana High Court. Sir. Sir, please. Then very quickly, I request the judges of the Telangana High Court to do the honors to the chief guest. The judges of the Telangana High Court to do the honors. And next it is to do with the EC members of the Advocate Association of High Court of Telangana. Very quick, please. I know we are running short of time. Excuse me for hastening up things here. As the Advocate Association of the High Court of Telangana. Very quickly, I request the members of the Postal Department to commemorate today's celebration. We are pleased to release a special cover and postcard. I request the Honourable Chief Justice of India and Dr. P. Vidyasagar Reddy, Chief Postmaster General, Telangana, to kindly unveil and release art and calligraphy in Constitution of India, a set of postcards. Yeah, very quick group photograph, and then we'll have the release of the special cover and postcard. Really delighted to have in our midst Dr. P. Vidyasagar Reddy, Chief Postmaster General of Telangana. Thanks to all the EC members and the Advocates Association of High Court of Telangana for the felicitations. That's themed art and calligraphy in Constitution of India, a set of postcards. Kindly unveil the same. Careful. Amma, you go in that corner. Yeah. Amma, you can stand at that corner. I invite our Dean Development and UGC Affairs, Professor B. Lavanya ma'am, to give a short and crisp vote of thanks. Sir, one vote of thanks. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. We request all the members to kindly remain in the hall and don't go away. Sir has got a flight to take, so it's a long journey, so he's leaving. Program will continue. Kindly take your seats, please. Please be seated. I request all the members in the hall to kindly remain seated. All my colleagues, deans, directors, heads of the department, kindly take your seats. Members from the judiciary, kindly take your seats. After the vote of thanks, we'll have a short break and continue with the cultural programs. I request members to kindly settle down and take your seats. Please. My request, our Dean Development and UGC Affairs of Osmania University, Professor B. Lavanya ma'am, to